Hi, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Walk the Talk with Kurt and Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Thank you. One of the reasons that we do a really good job of changing up habits in our lifestyle is the fact that we have created a really good support system.
I agree 100%. And it's not just husband and wife or boyfriend, girlfriend, things like that. It's, the friends that you surround yourself with. It's the people that you work with, your coworkers. Maybe it's your boss, or maybe the social media influence that you follow. Are you surrounding yourself with good, positive people, people that want to help you achieve your goals and help you push you to become better? Or are they kind of bringing you down or getting in the way or not, exactly encouraging you to keep going?
Yeah, no, I feel like we have found a lot of truth in you are who you surround yourself with. And, the influences that we cultivate in our lifestyle, whether we realize it or not, have a huge impact on our daily habits, the way we see ourselves, the way that we see our future for ourselves as well. I challenge you to look at some of the things in your life and, look at the people who you surround yourself with. Are they people who are making you reach for that higher branch and raise your standards a little bit more? Or are they people who are feeding into maybe some of your insecurities, your self-doubt, just allowing you to have some habits that really don't align with your goals?
Yeah, and I think you said it, a really important point there is raise your standards of yourself. You should always be trying to push yourself to become better. And it's so easy to fall into that trap and those bad habits, or just kind of getting in that routine of, this is my life. I get up, I go to work, and I come home and I feed the kids and I put them to bed. And it's a cycle. And so I think it's easy to fall into that habit, but I think that it's important that you should always be pushing yourself to become better. And to do that, you need that good support system, because there's going to be days where things just don't go right. There's going to be weeks that are just terrible. And you need that person or that support around you to say, hey, I need your help. I need your pick me up, or I have questions. And so I think that that's where you can find, the people that are there to help push you to become better.
That's something I talk about with my athletes quite a bit. Just being a coach is, I coach at a smaller community college, and they're around certain people, and I say, really think about your friend group that you guys are with, and how they're influencing you, because right now is when you're learning good habits or habits that don't align with your goals. And, those people can have a big effect on you. I think something we talk about is the fact that sometimes people want to see you do good, but not always better than them. And so, when I'm coaching up an athlete, there's all different levels of talent and ability. And so that's something that I talk about. You want those friends and those people around you and the other coaches, or just the support system, like we're saying, to help you to keep motivating and progressing.
Right, and we have, I know I have seen a ton of just wasted talent, just go down the drain because they do get started on the wrong path. And it's not just, with her coaching and stuff like that. It's in life in general. You see people that fall into that trap of, maybe it's a spouse or maybe it's a friend that kind of puts that doubt in their head that, are you sure this is really what you want to do? Are you sure you can do this? Why are you trying this? And being from a small town and small area, that's very common. Not everybody is going to have the same goals as you. Not everybody is going to be striving to, be on the same path as you. And they're going to, not get it at times. And so finding those people that you can reach out to and ask questions that are on the same path as you might have to outsource that or go looking for that somewhere else. And that's the good thing about social media nowadays is you can go out and find somebody that is going through the same struggles as you, or going through the same journey, the same path as you are. And, on those days that aren't going right, hey, how did you get through this? Or I'm really struggling right now. I could use some support or, some encouragement, things like that. I think that that's been a big part of our journey, is being able to reach out and find those people that are on the same path as us.
No, I've definitely used that. I have an influencer that I follow. Her name is Sarah. She's Sarah's Day on Instagram, and I love watching her story because she struggled with some of the same relationship with food and health issues that I was dealing with, trying to navigate through what is factual and what is fictional and all of that. And so, she doesn't know who I am, but I created a relationship and held myself accountable to her standard because I knew that I could relate with her and use the information through her story. And same thing happened with Ashley Bynes when I got pregnant. I used to watch her Snapchats all the time, and she was keeping me motivated. She was about a year ahead of me. She had just had her baby when I got pregnant with Kobe, and I watched her, in her fitness journey and her nutrition through her pregnancy, and it really inspired me and motivated me and gave me a different point of view than what I feel like I was being influenced around here by.
And I think just finding somebody, that relatability, you want to be, you either need to find somebody that is going to push you to go to that next level or somebody that has been through that same struggle as you. And so that's where the relatability, if somebody's going through, a tough time and you want to find that person that has actually been through that before and how did they get through those tough times. So even if, like say for health and wellness issues, if you're trying to lose weight or start a new workout routine and you do have those friends that aren't supporting you and stuff, or maybe it's a spouse that's not supporting you as much, then you do need to find that support somewhere else. And so you might have to outsource that.
Who do you feel like helped you support through some of your journey, whether they were around here or like an influence that you?
Yeah, so for me, whenever I was going through, some, how to overcome obstacles and, maybe just mental health and wellness things that I was going through, I started looking at, personal development speakers and stuff. They're motivational speakers. I needed some motivation to get myself out of my funk, and so I started listening to anything personal development. Some of them have passed on. They're older motivational speakers, and some are still current. So whenever I first started, I went to Tony Robbins. He's probably like the godfather of motivational speaking and personal development. And so I started listening to him. Well, then that got me into Jim Rohn, which was his mentor and stuff. And so it just kind of snowballed from there, and I would just start watching every piece of content that I could find on personal development because I wanted to become better than what I was. And so I started, reading and watching everything that I could possibly learn about it. So, Tony Robbins, Les Brown, got into Dean Graziosi, Tom Bilyeu with Impact Theory. I watch a lot of that because he does a lot of interviews with so many different people when it comes to your mindset and training and stuff. And so, I could go on and on. Brendon Burchard with the Successful Habits, it's just those people wanted me to raise my standards and I wanted to learn from them because they were up here. And so I wanted to get on that level. And so those are some of the people that I listened to whenever I was struggling, because they had all been through that.
I definitely saw a big change in you when you started following those people. Your standards were different. The way you saw yourself was different. And then your habits changed along with those. Some of it's just being able to create a new identity for yourself. And we've talked about this a couple times. Sometimes other people won't be able to see that new identity you're trying to create until you become firmer in your habits and your beliefs and just your self-discipline. But that's where we found that outsourcing has been a huge impact. And then another thing we haven't really talked about yet is just your communication of your goals. Mm-hmm. And so when you are trying to find this new identity and you're looking for a support system, really make sure that you communicate. And I know that that's hard. I had a really hard time telling Kurt some of my issues that I was dealing with, and just that I didn't want him to judge me, and I knew he was dealing with things too, and I didn't want to add anything to his plate, but I needed him to keep me accountable. I needed him to tell me and give me some tough love sometime that, I didn't always take the right way, but it was what I needed at the time too.
Well, I don't think that you can fully support somebody if you don't know the issues or you don't know their struggles. And so I think, just openly communicating with somebody up front, hey, I'm going through this, or I'm wanting to make this change in my life. I need your support, or I may need your help doing this. And I think that, that has built our relationship, and it builds your friendships. And I think it is a two-way street. You need to be there to support your friends or your spouse, on their journey, and you're going to get that in return from them. And if you're not getting that in return from them, then that's when you start outsourcing like we talked. You find that support from somewhere else. And it is tough. I've lost friends over, some of these things that I've tried to change in my life because they weren't, maybe necessarily the good, positive things that I wanted, or they weren't making me better. And so I started to distance myself, not saying that I have an issue with any of those people, but for what I wanted in my life, I just had to start distancing myself, not saying that, like I
It's
said.
not to say some of those friendships or those relationships with those people, this can be family too, haven't been rekindled.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely until you became more firm in your belief and your new identity, it definitely, distancing yourself from any of the temptations or distancing yourself from any negativity or thoughts that might deter you from the path you're trying to go on is a big thing that it's been hard, but and it is hard sometimes to do that and try to navigate through how to do that, but it's definitely been beneficial in creating and cultivating a supportive system that really allows you to thrive.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that, like we said, just take a little time here to step back, look at the 5 to 10 people that you surround yourself with. That maybe it's the people that you follow all day long on social media and stuff. Are they really helping you? Are they helping you reach your goals? Or are they kind of getting in the way and stuff? And really, until you take that step back, you might not even notice what kind of influence they're having on you. It's very easy to fall into that trap and that mindset of, this is my life. I get up, I go to work, I come home, I feed the kids, put them to bed, and you just fall into that routine and stuff until you start taking a step back and say, hey, I need to make a change. This person's maybe not the best influence to me, or this person is putting that doubt in my head. I don't need that kind of negativity right now. Maybe that's something that you really need to take a look at. So I challenge you to take a look at, the people that you surround yourself with right now and really ask yourself. I can't, express that enough to really, really ask yourself, is this person really making me better, or are they not? Are they getting in the way of my goals, or are they helping me succeed? And again, reach back and help others, help your friends, help those people that you surround yourself with do the same.
Yes, definitely. Always give that same kind of love and caring and impact that you might be getting to anyone else who might need it. For sure. Yeah, no, please leave us any questions that you might have. I'd love to know, is there anywhere you feel like you're struggling or anything that we didn't cover in creating a support system? Like we said, we're from a small town. We have a couple different perspectives, but we would love to know, is there anything you feel like you're struggling with or anything that you feel like you don't know how to handle in creating a support system for yourself?
Yeah, and if we can support you on your journey in any way, we would love to do that. So yeah, feel free to reach out, ask questions. Don't forget to share and subscribe if you thought this was helpful. And we would love to support you any way that we can. So Stay disciplined, friends, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks.